This is Halloween, pumpkins screaming in the dead of night. Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. So as you guys know, the Halloween seasonal just started. So I'm going to make probably a handful of videos about the Halloween seasonal. And we will start by looking at the Halloween vendor. Some of you guys often ask, there's a few things like the swarming bat aura. A lot of you guys often ask, how can we get the swarming bat aura? Tonight's the night where we find out. So today we're only going to take a look at the vendor. I'll play the mission probably a bit later, but I'm not sure if I'll play the mission later today or maybe just tomorrow. So the first thing is that the rare collection or the top collection seems to be the Mystic Lantern Fragment. I've seen images of a new accessory that is made up of pumpkins. So I think the fragments are probably for that, but I'm not 100% certain. Once I manage to gather all the collections, right now you can see I have 31 spooky bits. Basically, these are the spooky bits I had from last year. I didn't get the chance to play the event just yet. So you can see the Mystic Lantern, 100 spooky bits, and it's the last of, I assume, 12 collections you need to be able to complete the collection. There's a little thing about the essence of the Fury Skeleton that seems to be a trinket that allows you to transform, and there's also one that allows you to transform only into a skeleton. There's the Boo family pet. Oh, there's a preview for that. So last year we had there was a dog family pet for the Boo. Now we have the cat this year. Not sure if the cat works or the cat or even the dog works for the Bootility belt. I guess we'll find out a bit later. So and they seem to have added a whole bunch of balloons, like some purple balloons, some green balloons. I'm not sure what else. And also, there's a whole bunch of base items with skeletons in them. Here we have a chair with a skeleton. It's pretty much that simple. It's one of those chairs that we got 1,000 times in the game, but they've added a skeleton to it. The same with the couch. And let's try the table. So basically, you can see there's various base items that they've reskinned with some skeletons. Well, let's take a look at this one too. So it's a bunch of base items that they've reskinned with a whole bunch of skeletons. There's a little spirit table, which is a cute looking base item. This one I kind of like. I'm gonna have to get it at least once or twice. So they've added a bit of somewhat a scarecrow. That's a bit of shiny bits. There seems to be something dripping from it. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Let's take a look at the cauldron. I'm not going to look at all the base items, but we can look at a few at least. Jack-o'-lantern. So you can see there's a whole bunch. Oh, the blood moon window. I seem to recall, like it's a pretty nice looking window, and it has a nice shining effect through it. There's a whole bunch of floating candles. So hanging cocoon body. Oh, that's disgusting. So there's a whole bunch of creepy things that we can get for our layers. Let's take a look at the cobweb. So there's a bunch of webs you can put in your lair. Same for the wall. So you can see there's a whole bunch of cobwebs. There's bat covered stalactite clusters, but I don't see any bats. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. So there's a whole bunch of bat covered stalactite, stalactite large, and of course the swarming bat aura. So this is pretty much all we had from 2019, what you just saw. And now we're getting into 2018. I'm just going to take a look at the bat swarming aura. So basically, it's the you've seen me use this aura with a bunch of my characters. Like my Batman character has it, my Multiverse character has it, and probably some other character I failed to mention. Very often, people will ask, how can we get auras without having to spend actual money for it? This is how you can play the Halloween seasonal for spooky bits, and once you gather 100 spooky bits, you can get the swarming bat aura. Here you can see the Boo family pet dog. Now let's take a quick look. So again, as I told you, this year we have the cat. The dog is from last year. So whatever items we had from last year or the years before, and we got a whole bunch of base items like the nice pilgrim hat here. not a bunch of styles, I should say, base items. And we have the some sort of hood, the headless jacket. This one was fairly popular last year. I seem to recall seeing a whole bunch of guys using it. And basically, it's a nice jacket that has no head on it. Here we have the crime Bible that you can have as a style on the back of your character. And of course, there's a few lanterns with some emblems in them. Like here's the Batman Jack O' Lantern, the Superman Jack O' Lantern, and the Wonder Woman Jack O' Lantern. And so there's a whole bunch of base items, and there's a whole bunch of styles that we can get. Also, one popular item is the Catwoman's cat. You can purchase Catwoman's cat for 100 spooky bits. It's a cat that will be in your lair, and once a day you can click on the cat to be able to get an item. Usually you get junk, but once in a while you will get a base item. That's kind of cool to have for your base. And you can see I'm still missing quite a few items from the previous years. Like the spiders were pretty cool, I seem to recall from last year. Oh, let's look at so there's a whole bunch of Spider we can have as styles, and they were pretty cool. And so there's some of the collections from the previous years. So there's a whole bunch. If this is your first Halloween seasonal, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that you can purchase with your spooky bits. Like the werewolf head. I love the werewolf head. I don't use it often enough, but I really love it. So there's a whole bunch of style-based items, a lot of neat stuff that you can get for spooky bits. Like here we have our friend Baby Boo. Oh, I can't show you a preview. I'm so sad now. And there's a whole bunch of masks. These are like oversized masks. We can't see it because of the helmet. Anyway, we have a whole bunch of like oversized plastic masks, like those cheap Halloween masks you can purchase. So you got some for a whole bunch of characters. Here we have our friend Boo Jr. Again, a whole bunch of base items. Mrs. Boo. A whole bunch of styles. And also we have a few trinkets, like some of the jack-o'-lantern trinket that you can have. So basically you'll have a floating pumpkin that will follow you around. And depending on the one you purchase, there's one for each role. One for vitalization if you're a controller. There's one for health. There's one for precision. And there's one for restoration. So depending on the one you select. Of course, here we have our friend Mr. Boo. And there's a whole bunch of styles again. Some skeleton style. I made a video about the skeleton style if you want to have a good look at it. I made a video about that in previous years. The same with the pumpkin head, I'm pretty sure. And that's pretty much it. So we pretty much covered all the Halloween seasonal vendor. So the Halloween seasonal just started. It should last until October 31st, 2019. And also, before we forget, there's also a few items that you can get from the marketplace. Obviously, there's the spooky bits. They've added a little tab called limited time. So you can see there's the ghostly aura. Let's show you what it looks like. It's a pretty cool looking aura. That's basically a whole bunch of ghosts that float through your character. You see the aura is $3, $2.70 if you are a subscriber. As a subscriber, you get 10% off from the marketplace, and you get the spooky bits. So for basically $6 for 50 spooky bits. If you're a subscriber, $4.40, $5.40. And the spooky bits, of course, are the seasonal currency. So you need spooky bits to be able to purchase the items from the Halloween seasonal vendor. So hopefully later tonight, I'll make a video about the various missions that you have. If not, I'll do that tomorrow. Or worst comes to worst, I'll do that this weekend. And of course, I will use, I tweaked my Dr. Fate armory so that I could have the skeleton style. So it'll be this will be our Halloween seasonal outfit, at least for a while. Oh, here we have the flaming skeleton, if you guys were wondering. So if you use a trinket, one of the trinkets can turn you into a flaming skeleton. And this is what it looks like. So that is going to be pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.